Well, welcome back to Factorio SpaceX Extreme. Now, I'm at this screen because I have just installed stupid achievements, which apparently take a lot of effort to install, to achieve. Um, I'm not 100% sure if it will work because I did use a console command to kill pollution a while back, so I guess we'll just see. Multiplayer load game. It may well not work at all, but if it does work, I expect we'll earn most of these achievements. Achievements. What's it going to say? The game is modded. Yes, that's okay. Where's the stupid ones? $250 million electronic circuits. What's that? Doesn't tell you. A console. Oh, here you go. Yeah, a console command was used. So none of these will work anymore. So yeah, it was a waste of time putting it in. Kind of expected. Never mind. All right. The only thing I did for the console command was kill pollution. So yeah, it's never mind. So what have I done since last time? Well, we'll come back to that. First of all, I have added a second coal train, and I have added a third plastic train. I have done a massive amount of clearance here, which took quite a while. I actually even did a little bit of bonuses, yes. I did some damage upgrades to bullet damage. So it now says we've got plus 100%. Oh, here we go. Sorry, that's not the right one. This is the right one up here. Plus 240%. That's more like it. So it seemed to make quite a reasonable difference if each step of the bullet damage upgrade. So I basically just used up the remainder of the military science that I had. But yeah, this is the bullet damage. It's only 8,000, and you get, well, it was 1, 2, 4. So I did 3 levels of it, but you're getting 40% each time, and just the ability to get rid of the hemoths a little bit easier is certainly worthwhile. So what I may do is do another, let's see, if I did another 3 levels, that would be 8, 16, and 32, which would be 56,000. So if I made another 56,000 military science, we could get 3 more levels of this, and that might well be worthwhile, just to help clear out biters, because I need to do a whole lot of clearing over at this end as well. I'm hopefully going to find a bit more iron. I've got that 50 mil on this side, but otherwise it's still a little bit sparse, so I'm hoping I'll find more iron if I clear out lots of this area. So what we are planning to do is I basically want to duplicate this and this over here, and in addition to just duplicating these, I'm going to do some green circuit production as well, out here probably. So to start off with, and the reason why is if we go into here, we have some iron ore and copper ore, but notice there's no plate there. If we look up plate, you'll see severe negatives in the iron plate, so it just can't keep up with the current demand. And it should be able to for launching satellites and the occasional dry dock assembly component when they're done. And just doing all the science, we need more resources than we've got. Let's just have a quick look at production. We're over 300,000 plates at the moment, and as you saw, it's not keeping up. I think I finally caught up with, or came close to catching up with, the required numbers of modules, so they're basically turning off. So that's why the circuit demand has dropped somewhat. But yeah, we're not keeping up with demand. So we're building more, and that should help us keep doing lots of things. And obviously the long-term plan ultimately is I still will take out these. My logic basically goes like this. At the moment, the mining here, sorry, not the mining, the smelting in the main base, what it does is it has a trip where the ore gets delivered to the smelter. The sorts of, we use active providers to clear it so that there's always room for more ore to be processed. So the active provider then does a trip to put things into the storage boxes down here. So that's 2 trips to turn it into plates. Now, if instead all of this was gone, and we had trains coming in right down here, just delivering the finished plate product, that's 2 trips that are completely eliminated, and it's just picking up the plate product and delivering it to where it's needed, which is 1 trip. Well, it's the same trip as we have anyway, coming from the storage boxes. So, and it would cut out quite a lot of like this extra. This is quite a long trip, travel time. You'd only have from here, so potentially a shorter trip. But anyway, be that as it may, it's basically, it would cut out 2 trips. So we've got about 17,000 bots at the moment active in this base. Maybe a third of them could be those 2 trips. Not really sure, but I would expect another good gain return of UPS, because the number of bots that we'd be using now that we have that extra, where is it, cargo plus 10, when this gets to the end it will be plus 11, so it'll be 12, because that's the bonus, so it always has 1. So if they're carrying 11 at the moment instead of 4, it will be 12 when this is finished, which means that over here the number of bots that we're actually using, oh, that one's not, this one will be a bit busier now that this is pulled up. Oops, we need that on, don't we? So instead of the 1,000 or so bots that I expected to need, or possibly more than 1,000, we're only sort of using 250, so even these things are using a lot less. So if we save, say, 4,000 or 5,000 and replace it with 1,500, that's a net improvement here. The number of entities that we're having to run, which sort of, it makes sense. I mean, you can see how much the entity update has already dropped with the reduction in bot traffic we've already got. If we can get it back to 16, we'll be back to 60, but that seems unlikely, especially since I'm adding rather than subtracting. So anyway, in light of trying to build these, let's get back to reality. Another one of these. I came out here, I took a blueprint, I came out here and said, well, I don't want to hit that copper, here's about as clear a spot as I've got, let's plant one and see where it ends up. So that's what I have done, and if you go, well, you can't actually see unless we go out of map mode and run up here. I planted it down hoping for the best, realizing I might have to rip it up, but I think we have done okay, because we have managed to narrowly avoid the copper patch. We are going through, or if we carry on, we will go through this coal patch, and it's a pretty good coal patch, 69 million, but I don't care. There's lots of coal on the map, so I really don't care about that one. So what I'm going to do now is we'll connect it up to the main trunk line, create a supply depot, and get it built out as our next stage in the evolution. So that's the plan for right now. Let's just see. Okay, let's put those guys back on board. And this is the one that I'm going to need. I will add this to the top of the shadow blueprint. Oh, I moved just at the last minute. That's annoying. Hopefully that's sufficient. We've doubled it up here as well. Let's get rid of this extra set. That doesn't really help. Okay, and let's get rid of F5. We don't need that in the background while we're doing this. So we're just coming up here until we get close enough to the main line to drop down our intersection. Which we are probably there already. Four to 2 intersection. And what we will do is change that to everything. We will make a hole here because that's where we seem to have an issue. And then we will stamp this down. How are we doing for resources? And where is my train? It's over there. Well, we're going to need more rail. We're going to need to get a few things. Let's grab some more rail. We've got plenty of that. We've got plenty of that. We have not enough signals. Grab some of those. Maybe some of those. Jump back on board. Go manual and proceed. Now that has this one here. Needs to be connected up, so the wires that's better. Everything has come to a complete stop, so let's do this little bit of cheating. And we'll probably have to stamp down our blueprint once again just to make sure that the bits that we were trying to delete don't cause an issue. And we also need to copy this wire across here. Oh, and we are missing Let's just do this manually. There we go. We don't really need those guys. Just one too many, really, isn't it? Over-signaled through that area because it didn't match up perfectly. Right, so there we have it. Now, the next step is we need to set up the mining over there. Which basically means wow, our UPS is really tanked. Yes, I guess that's kind of what I want. Let's stamp that down. Oh, what I also want is, I don't want those guys down there. I'm going to put them up here. One of my books probably has oh, it doesn't matter, I can just manually slap them down. There we go. That looks like it. Right, that's fine. I want to pick it up again. It will probably just kind of shave there, but that's fine. Right, so this is going to be one of the new supply. I mean, this is a huge one. What is it? 81 million. We just shave it there too. 81 million plus. Well, it's only 7.5. It's amazing that's so small. Their average is sort of 11.10. What's the average here? 20. Yeah, we get much better density in this one for some reason. So what I need is a supply station sort of here-ish. So that we can build this out, and also so it can build the shadow print that I've got below. So I guess let's, no, not that. Let's grab our blueprint for our supply station. Supply outpost. I guess about there will do. We're missing a bunch of things. Those certainly. Whoops. station name to it's outpost supply, isn't it? Yeah, outpost supply. Really need to get some of these yellows in the storage network. Off. We need some. Actually, I might just make it 10. Because we'll probably need a few for some of these other things around here. Right, okay, so there is our supply outpost. We obviously don't need those guys anymore. Too many lights. And I would like a radar just here. Let's see how much of this I can lay down. I think we actually got all of that except for the supply box. That's pretty good. Okay, and then it is a simple matter of, first of all, getting the engineering train out of the way. Now, this is the this is what I've laid down already. Wow, it uses 3K track. That's incredible. Which I am going to want to link to and get supply trains to deliver all the material for. So what I think I will do is, I don't think one 242 actually can store all of that. No, because these things that are 2,500, 3,000, 2,500, and so on, I think they stack to 50s, so each carriage is 40, so we've got 160 slots on the train. I can't move the mouse, but 3K rail, that is 60. Let's forget the modules for the moment because we need to stamp down the items before the modules. So 2,500 inserters, there's another 50, so that's 110. 900 furnaces is, well, it's at least 20. Beacons only stack in 10s, so yeah, you can see the problem we have. So I'm going to have to get the supply train to make multiple trips here. Let's run up and give it a request. Actually, is that good? No, it shouldn't cause a problem, I think. So let's just start requesting some of these things, and let's start off with the 900 smelters or furnaces, electric furnaces, because they're critical. That's the best part of 20. Let's get the 3,000 track. It's in here, isn't it? 3,000. Let's get the 2,500 stack inserters. I need something small, maybe the 4, 7, 8 small power poles. Medium power poles, I mean. course. That'll probably pretty much fill the train. So the next step is to get these networks to talk to each other. And what I'm going to do to make that happen, that should talk to that one. Actually have some furnaces on me. Alright, well that's fine. Trees and rocks only. So we need basically that, and then that. And these guys are probably just about causing me more harm than good right now. This is saying, no, there is power, but, oh right, so that's not quite connected, but it can be. There we go. And this one just needs a large pole. This one up here, also a large pole. Interesting. We will probably need those guys in there. 59 construction bots will not do. Let's give them all those bots, and we'll get some more for ourselves. How are we doing on this request? I'm not sure if that request actually went out. No, doesn't look like it. There's a wiring issue somewhere, so let's fix that up. Let's turn this off. Should get to there, to there. Too much stuff. From here, things stop. That looks positive. Okay, let's try that again. Turn on. Much better. Right, so while the train is going to deliver, oh good, I've taken those off. Let us come down here and put this excess in there. Auto trash, temporarily remove those two. Put them back into the auto trash. Wood. Right. What I want to do is ensure that as it builds this area, these are all independent sections, so I need to bridge them all. So to do that, we basically need to add in there, and I'm going to be one roboport short, or several roboports short probably. That's those ones. That would work, because that bridges this gap. Let's get another set of roboports. Let's just have a look at something. I just want to check something. I just want to see what space. So 1.7, we're getting 1.7k per minute, so that we are not quite doing our 2 launches per minute, but not too far off. What about the other sciences? We can't be using them at a very high rate. It looks like we're only using them at 1.2k per minute, probably due to blue not being produced fast enough, and that's probably because of shortages in plates still. Yeah, iron and copper, so the iron is not making it down to the blue production. Anyway, that's fine. Let's run down here, and that one bridges via that. That one bridges via that. So if I was to put one of these there, is that bridge? No. It's not actually going to help. It needs to be up here, I think. Bah. I wish there was an undo. Now, did that need wires? Yes, it does. It needs a red wire. I might have to come back and reconnect that. I don't know if I need that. I probably do. That should do to bridge to the bottom part. Maybe. Not 100% sure. Let's just be sure. Right. That hopefully is enough for the supply train to turn up. Is it working? Yeah, but it's not full yet. Supplying the 2,500 inserters seems to be taking a bit of time because we're probably completely out and it's having to produce them. Well, that's alright. That's kind of why we're doing it this way. So while that's working, we can go across to our new mining site. $30 is so much better than $20. Oops. Oh good, we've launched another one of these to our new mining site and set up set up the new mining that's required here. That's the one. It's so much easier doing this without actually having your bots lay it out, because you can just run straight over where you've placed the miners. Of course, it is slightly harder to see where you've placed them when all you're getting is ghosts, but I do definitely find it easier. Right, that's going to cause me some minor dramas up there. Let's just go down like so. And like so. And out here. We'll come back and finish those bits. It may only be 7.5 million, but it all helps. Right, you. I could actually tell it to only pick up these things and power poles, or even just red boxes. That might even be a faster way of tidying up the excess that we've laid out, but I mean, that didn't take very long. So let's get back to here. Where is our little pattern of just three? Yeah, go. I think we'll basically do them end to end like that. Which I will actually do kind of manually. Let's create a new blueprint, and we just want that. One, two. There we go. You are about to get killed. We can recreate that anytime we might need it. So tidy up. There we go. Let's check on how this is going. it's taken quite a while to build all of those inserters, obviously. 556, did that move just then? It doesn't matter, it will eventually get done, that's the main thing, but I'm just going to have a quick look-see over here. Where do we build them? We build them basically here. Yeah, it's probably these. So the iron shortage is hurting even this. We don't have enough iron coming in here to build enough of the gear wheels to insert into here, which we obviously need. We've got plenty of blues waiting to be used, so that's not a problem, and the circuits are not a problem. Just gear wheels. Well, it will eventually get done. In the meantime, I think that's all we've got time for. I will continue this in the next one. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you then. Bye bye for now.